Welcome students. Today we have seen the question paper of first terminal examination. This question paper for first terminal examination has 50 marks and question paper can be solved in 2 hours and 30 minutes. It includes 4 sections. Section A, then section B, then section C. Here section B and C and section D. So this question paper can be solved. In question paper, in section A, 2 questions can be solved. Question number 1, select and write the appropriate answer from given alternatives. 7 question will be there, 7 mark is there. The first question will be photodiode is alternatives. Options are given. They are option A, no bias. Option B, forward bias. Option C, reverse bias. And option D, partly forward and reverse bias. In such question, photodiode is alternative means photodiode is operated with option number C. Answer will be option C, that is reverse bias, because photodiode is special type of diode. PN junction diode. It converts light energy into electric energy and generates electric current. When exposed to light, it is also photosensor or photodetector and is operated in a reverse bias. So answer is option number C. Second question will be seen. The kinetic energy of rotating body depends on option A is distribution of mass only. Option B is angular speed only. Option C is distribution of mass and angular speed, and option D is angular acceleration only. In such type, see here, the answer for the question will be option C, that is distribution of mass and angular speed. Because see here, kinetic energy of rotating body is equal to half I omega square. This kinetic energy or rotational kinetic energy, therefore rotational kinetic energy of body is proportional to its moment of inertia and square of angular velocity. But moment of inertia of body depends on a mass and shape of body, b orientation and position of rotational axis, and c distribution of mass about rotation. So kinetic energy of rotating body is depends on distribution of mass and angular speed. Of mass and angular speed. Again, we see another question, that is, if length of simple pendulum is double, keep its amplitude constant, its energy will be. First option is unchanged. Second option is double. Third option is half. And D option is increased 4 times the initial energy. Such type of question, answer will be option C, half. Because total energy of simple pendulum E equal to half m omega square a square. Here we know that omega equal to 2 pi upon capital T. So omega square equal to 4 pi square upon capital T square. We know for simple pendulum time period T equal to 2 pi square root of L upon G. So squaring, it becomes T square equal to 4 pi square L upon G. If we substitute omega square, so omega square becomes 4 pi square divided by 4 pi square L upon G. What happen? 4 pi square get cancel, and therefore omega square is equal to G upon L. If we substitute the value, so energy becomes half m G upon L a square. If length of pendulum is double, L is equal to 2L or L dash is equal to 2L, then energy becomes E dash is equal to half m G upon L dash a square. If this value can be substitute, so it becomes half m G upon 2L into a square, and therefore energy of simple pendulum when length is double, so E dash becomes half m in bracket G upon L a square upon 2 will be E upon 2. So energy is half. So answer for the question will be half. Another question will be seen, that is when current in potentiometer wire is decreases, potential gradient will be. So the first option A is decreases, option B is increases, option C remains same provided the resistance and length of wire remains same, and option D remains same irrespective of resistance of wire and its length. So the answer for such question, it will be option A, decreases. Because here we know potential gradient is defined as potential difference or potential drop per unit length, means length of wire, or potential difference will be fall-off potential or potential drop per unit length. So potential gradient equal to potential difference upon length. Okay, we know that from Ohm's law, potential difference equal to IR. So we can write potential gradient will be IR upon length. So when potential gradient in or when current in potentiometer wire is decreases, when I decreases, then potential gradient also decreases. So potential gradient is directly proportional to current of or current in potentiometer wire. So answer is option A, decreases. Again, if we see the question, the gyrometric ratio of orbital electron is the ratio of option A, charge to mass, option B, magnetic moment to volume. Option C, orbital magnetic moment to linear momentum. And option D, orbital magnetic moment to angular momentum. So we know the answer for the question is option D, that is orbital magnetic moment to angular momentum is called gyromagnetic ratio, because here we know that orbital magnetic moment is EVR upon 2. So if we multiply and divide M by mass of electron M, so it is EVR upon 2 M upon N, or mass of electron upon mass of electron. It can be written as orbital magnetic moment is equal to MEVR multiplied by E upon 2 times ME. So we know that MEVR, that is angular momentum, MEVR. So orbital magnetic momentum is equal to angular momentum multiplied by E upon 2 times ME, and so that orbital magnetic moment upon angular momentum is called gyromagnetic ratio. Upon is equal to gyromagnetic ratio, which is E upon 2ME. So answer will be option D, that is ratio of orbital magnetic moment to angular momentum. Again, the question number 6. Time taken by an electron moving with speed 2.18 into 10 to the power 6 meter per second to complete one revolution in first orbit of radius 0.53 angstrom unit of hydrogen atom is. So here we can find out time. So answer for the question will be 1.527 into 10 to the power minus 16 second. Answer is option B, because we know time period T equal to 2 pi upon omega. So for omega we can see that V equal to R omega. So omega is equal to V upon R. So time period is 2 pi R upon V. So here two terms will be given, that is R and speed. If we can substitute the values 2 pi into 0.53 into 10 to the power minus 10 upon 2.18 into 10 to the power 6. Then it will be written as 2 multiplied by 3.142 into 0.53 divided by 2.18 into 10 to the power minus 16. So if the calculation can be seen by using logarithm, 0.0.0 will be numerator. So for 20, log will be 3010. For 31 in 4, 2 is in mean difference, log will be 4972. And for 53, its characteristics will be bar 1. So for 53, log will be 7243. If we can add, it will be 5, 12, 12, 15, 0. 0.5225. Denominator, the characteristics will be 0. If we see the log of 21 in 8, its log will be 3385. So their difference is 0, 4, 8, 1, 0. So antilog for 0.18 in 4. So antilog will be time t is equal to 1.528 into 10 to the power minus 16 second. So answer is option B, which is 1.528 into 10 to the power minus 16 second. Again, the last question in question number 1, that is momentum of photon of de Broglie's wavelength 5000 angstrom unit is. See here, the answer, it will be option C, 1.326 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg meter per second, because de Broglie's wavelength lambda is equal to h upon p. So we can find out momentum. Therefore, P equal to h upon lambda. Here, h having value 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34 joule second. So therefore, P equal to 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 3 divided by wavelength is given as 5 into 10 raised to minus 7. So here we can write 6.63 divided by 5 into 10 to the power minus 27. So again, if we divide, it is 5 1 the 5, 1 is remaining, becomes 16, 5 3 the 15, 1 is remaining, becomes 13, 5 2 the 10, 3 is remaining, becomes 30, 5 6 the 30 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg meter per second. That is the momentum. So here we can solve the first section, section A. Again, for question number 2 will be 7 question. So first question is answer the following questions. 7 question will be asked, 7 mark will be there. So the first question, it will be explain sign convention of Kirchhoff's law. Such type of answer will be Kirchhoff's first law. Kirchhoff's first law is called current law. Is represented below. A junction is there and various types of currents are there. See here, current I1, current I2, current I3, current I4 and current I5. In this current, the sign conventions is depends on two rules. Sign convention depends on two rules. Number one, current approaches towards junction is taken as positive. And number two, current move away from junction is taken as negative. Using these two rules, current I1, current I4 are approach towards junction is positive. Current I2, I3 and I5 are move away from junction is negative. Therefore, it can be written as min here I1 minus I2 minus I3 plus I4 minus I5 is equal to 0, and that is the Kirchhoff's first law, called as Kirchhoff's current law. This for second question, define moment of inertia. So here the answer for definition will be moment of inertia of a body about a given axis of rotation is defined as product of mass of particle or masses of particles. We can say that sum of product of mass of particles and square of their distances from axis of rotation. See here, let m1, m2, m3 are masses of particles and r1, r2, r3 distances from axis of rotation. So moment of inertia I is equal to m1 r1 square plus m2 r2 square plus m3 r3 square. dot 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 plus mn rn square, and therefore moment of inertia will be defined as sum of product of masses of each or mass of each particles and square of the distance from axis of rotation. That is the definition for moment of inertia. Again, we see the third question. The third question will be in linear SHM. At what position of particle is the acceleration of particle is half the maximum acceleration? So yeah, we know that acceleration of particle performing linear SHM is omega square x. This is equation number 1. Again, at extreme position, acceleration of particle is maximum. Therefore, acceleration maximum is equal to omega square a. Equation number 2. At what position the particle, that acceleration of particle is half the maximum acceleration? So it will be, see here, at position, if at a, sorry, x is equal to a upon 2, means at mid point between mean and extreme position, mean position and extreme position, what happen? So if we can take x equal to a by 2, equation 1 becomes acceleration is equal to omega square a square upon omega square a upon 2. So therefore a omega square upon half, that is maximum acceleration a omega square. So acceleration is equal to acceleration maximum upon 2, means at mean position or at midpoint between mean and extreme position, acceleration is half the maximum acceleration. Another question, that is, write the relation between relative permeability and magnetic susceptibility. See here, in such question we say that mu r is relative permeability, which is ratio of permeability of medium to permeability of free space. permeability of medium to permeability of free space, and Xiam is magnetic susceptibility. Then their relation is mu r is equal to 1 plus Xiam. That is the relation between relative permeability and magnetic susceptibility. Another question is, name the line of longest wavelength in Balmer series. So, any series, the longest wavelength of any series will be the first line of wavelength. Okay, but in Balmer series, first line is called H alpha line. Therefore, longest wavelength in Balmer series is wavelength of H alpha line. Again, question will be, what is photoelectric work function for a metal? If threshold wavelength for a metal surface is 3.315 into 10 to the power minus 7 meter. Here, data will be written as work function if threshold wavelength is 3.315 into 10 raised to minus 7 meter, and we can find out work function. Here one constant will be there, that is H, Planck's constant, will be 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34 joule second. So here we can write formula for work function will be phi equal to H nu 0, which is Hc upon lambda 0. And again we can know C is equal to 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second, which is velocity of light in air. If we substitute the values will be 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34 into 3 into 10 to the power 8 divided by 3.315 into 10 to the power minus 7. So what happened? See here, 3 3 the 9, 3 6 the 18, 1 is remaining, 3 6 the 18 and 1 19.89 divided by 3.315 into 10 to the power minus 26 plus 7 will be minus 19. If we take log, numerator has characteristics 1 point and denominator has characteristics 0 point. So here if we see log of 19 in 8 9 in mean difference, it will be 2987. And log of 33 in 1, 5 is in mean difference, will be 5204. What happened? 4 is subtracted from 7, 3 is remaining, 8 is remaining, 7 is remaining, 0 point. Take its antilog. Antilog of 0.77 in 8, 3 is in mean difference, will be 6.002 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. But we know 1 electron volt is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule. Therefore, 1 joule is equal to 1 upon 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 electron volt. If we substitute the value of J, joule, so here work function in electron volt will be 6.002 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 19 multiplied by 1 upon 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 electron volt. So what happened? 10 to the power minus 19 get cancel. If 10 to the power minus 19 get cancel, so it is 6.002 upon 1.6, that is 60.02 upon 16. So if we divide 16, 16 1 the 16 and 16 5, 16 3 the 48, 12 is remaining, becomes 120. So point 16 7 the 112, 8 is remaining, and 16 5 the 80. So work function for metal will be 3.75 electron volt. That is the answer for given question. Again, if we solve another question, that is, what is RMS speed of gas if gas is heated at 600 degree Kelvin, and what RMS speed of molecule of gas contains at 300 degree Kelvin is 400 meter per second. Means we can write data. So data is given that C dash RMS is equal to question mark. If gas is heated at T dash is equal to 600 degree Kelvin, and given value CRMS will be 400 meter per second if T is given as 300 degree Kelvin. We know that RMS velocity of gas is directly proportional to square root of T. Therefore, we can written as C dash RMS is directly proportional to T dash. If we divide, you get formula C dash RMS upon C RMS is equal to square root of T dash upon T, which is square root of T dash becomes 600 degree Kelvin and T will be 300. So what happened? 0 0 get cancel, 3 1 the 3, 3 2 the 6. So C dash RMS is equal to C RMS square root of 2 will be 400 multiplied by 1.414. So if we multiply here 0 0, 4 4 the 16, 1 is remaining, 4 1 the 4 and 1 5, 4 4 the 16. 1 is remaining. 4 1 the 4 becomes 5. So 1 2 3 and point will be 565.6 meter per second will be the answer for given question. Again, we can solve section B.